Yeah, I think I had enough weeks and I had few matches in Stuttgart, and coming here I feel good on clay, and I'm excited to be back in Madrid and cannot wait to start playing here.
Great. First question.
Hi.
Hi, thank you.
Aryna, last year's final, obviously, kind of the match of the year, was epic, but you saved 3 match points. Is that a match that haunts you at all, or do you look back at it or ever think about it just because of like how great it was?
Honestly, I didn't really think about that much till this moment. But yeah, that match was was a blockbuster, and I really enjoyed playing. It was very intense, very long, and if I can play like that in every match on clay, I think I have big chances to perform well on the clay court season this year. And that was amazing match. Even though I lost it, and I was really upset with the result, but still I was like, this is like nothing I can be upset with, to be honest. I did my best there, and she just overplayed me.
Question next.
What do you prefer, 1 or 2 week tournaments, and why?
I think I prefer 2 weeks tournament, because like you play, like one day you play, you compete, but then you have 1 day to recover, and also like to just go out and like have like team dinner or something and to explore the city. And I think for me, like personally, it's good balance, or maybe I'm just getting old and I need extra time to recover. Who knows? But I prefer like maybe having a bit longer tournament.
Great.
Aryna, you've worked really hard to add variety to your game, drop shots, coming to net more often. On clay, how do you implement those? Is it easier or harder, and why?
I think maybe on clay it's a bit easier because the game overall it's a bit slower and you have extra time, and I don't know, at the same time it's like it's easier and harder because I have more time and I have more options in my head, and sometimes I get confused. But I think it's all like it's learning process, and I mean, I'm not afraid to make mistakes. I think like with the time, I will learn how to make the right decisions, and it's gonna benefit my game. So I actually, I think on the clay court, it's a good like practice of those shots to make sure you pick the right one in the right moment.
Do Jonathan, then Charlie.
Aryna, I was
Hi.
going to ask you about player security and safety. There's been a couple of concerning incidents in recent months. I was wondering if you feel safe walking around tournaments, and have you noticed an increase in safety in recent tournaments?
Well, I think I feel pretty safe, and I think tournaments they bring more security on the site, and I know that they can offer you security if you feel for some reason unsafe. So that's the good thing about like the tour, because if you feel unsafe, you can ask for help, and I feel pretty secure.
Have you ever asked for extra security?
Maybe there was like few moments when I asked like, can you like make sure that the facility is like more secured and you have more people around, but nothing really crazy happened to me. I feel like I'm quite big. People would really get scared to do something to me. I can defend myself.
Aryna, can I ask on the line calling debate that's ongoing? I just wondered, is one of the difficulties with it that it seems sometimes like the mark says one thing, but then the picture says another, and how sort of confusing is that for a player?
Well, how they explain like when like those situations when sometimes the mark like you see like maybe it's touched, maybe it's like a small out, but then the video shows like it's small touch, like they explain it like while the ball flying it can touch then the line. So when it's like this little of mistake or not mistake, even like I prefer to have the Hawkeye system than the referee, because sometimes referees can be very weak to go there and confirm that they made mistake, and I prefer to have the Hawkeye system.
The question here then.
Hi, Aryna.
doing so well. You're almost 3,000 points ahead in the rankings, 2 finals this year, 5 finals this year, 2 titles. I want to be a bit nostalgic. If you take a look at this picture,
Oh my
if you can see
God.
very well, or this one, of the young Aryna. There's a great picture.
I was so young and beautiful, haven't we?
Given your current status and now looking at these pictures, what does that make you feel? And what do you think about that girl that had all the dreams that you're realizing now? What does that
Honestly, like when I look on those pictures, I feel like it's something from the past or from like another life. It's been so long ago, and I remember myself like dreaming to be where I am right now, and also like I was always with the headphones listening to the music, like dreaming about like, I don't know, lifting like these big trophies. And every time when I lift these trophies, honestly, like I have like threw back to those times when I was just like little girl who's like didn't know if like there's any chance for me to make it here. And yeah, it's always like makes me almost like cry, because like it's just unbelievable what I was able to achieve. And it just like doesn't matter where you are or like where you're from, or like anyone can make it.
Question just back there.
Hi, Aryna. I'm coming from the tournament last week, and you shared a little bit of your mindset coming to the Madrid Open, and your motivation to win here. And secondly, the center court, the Manolo Santana, does it play any different than the other center courts, let's say of Roland Garros or the other clay court tournaments? And do you need to adjust your game for it, having played here before?
I mean, yeah, I play here, I don't know, for so many years, and conditions obviously a bit different. You have to adjust a little bit because of the altitude, and honestly, like this stadium is like, it feels different because it's so big. It's like, I don't know, like when you step on the center court, you feel like, oh my God, like this is huge. Like I'm just curious, the capacity of the stadium, like for how many thousands of people. It feels like a soccer stadium, and I love it. Like when it's full, it's so enjoyable to play. So it's like extra motivation for me to get to the last stages, just so like the stadium can get full and you can enjoy the whole atmosphere.
Last few questions starting here.
Hi, Aryna. Welcome back.
Thank
I
you.
wanted to ask you, because yesterday we heard Paulini and Rublev talking about how difficult is it for tennis players to know that everything they're touching or they're eating is 100% allowed and would not give like positive in a doping test. Are you also afraid about this?
Well, I mean, after like last cases, honestly, I became more like overprotective with like stuff like I'm eating, drinking, like for example, like even with the water, like I wouldn't drink, like if I would leave the bottle of water open in the hotel or even here and like left for a few minutes and come back, I would take the new bottle, so it became like a bit like too concerned, I would say. And yeah, you have to be very careful with what you're eating, and it's honestly it's tricky, and I think everyone is aware of this stuff, and everyone is like trying to make sure that nothing being touched and like everything is clean and simple, and nothing can be in your food or in your drink. So it's quite scary, to be honest. And I think like the older you get, like the more time you're on tour, you're like getting like overprotective with the stuff, make sure that no one can touch like your supplements or like your bottle of water or your food. So that's scary, but whatever it is.
Hi, Aryna.
Hi.
I'm writing a piece about drop shots, and given your improvement in that area, I'm curious, how do you actually train that shot? It's such a different and unique shot compared to other ones. So how do you train it, and what's helped you to get better at it?
I think honestly things clicked to me last year when I injured in Rome, and the only option for me was like to finish the point as soon as possible. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go for the drop shots. And I think the best training is like training on the match. And I did a lot of drop shots against I think Svitolina it was. And after that match, I was like, oh, actually it's working. Probably we have to work on that shot more often. And then you have your team, your coaches, hitting partner, so you just try to when it just you have your team to practice the shot to make sure that you can go for the drop shot from different situations, like different yeah, just different situations, and you just go and practice that shot. I believe that's simple as it.
Time for one last question. Jonathan?
You were talking there about your sort of teenage dreams. You were a bit of a late bloomer, weren't you? You didn't have sort of great success as a junior.
No, not
So
really.
kind of what changed for you, and how was the step up to senior? How did you do it?
I was just like trying to manage my target. I was very powerful, but like didn't really understand like how to put the ball in. So I was like, I was trying to figure the right target, and yeah. No, I mean, I think I've always been a hard worker, and I think it's important to have the right team around you, like team who can help you to improve your game and explain to you just the game, and having the right people around you, it's also very important. So I think I always worked hard, and the moment I had the right people who like explained to me like, okay, this is what you should do on court, and sometimes like you don't have to